So here we go then for the first heat of the day in round 2 of the Rotax Max Euro Challenge. The juniors are about to head their way on to the circuit. The karts have now been fired up, and the way the grid lines up for this first heat of the day with Groups A against Group B is going to have the quickest man from yesterday to start from pole position, Dean McDonald in kart number 3. Alongside him is going to be Alex Quinn. Both of the youngsters from Great Britain are ones to watch out for. Next up on row 2 is going to be the likes of Finn Keneally, a man we spoke to this weekend. He's confident of his chances here this weekend. He's got Manuel Salomon alongside the Mexican in 4th place. Back on row 3 is going to be the Spaniard Luke Ibanez and Axel Charpentier, who lines up in 6th place after a fairly good qualifying yesterday, but still not as happy as he probably could have been after qualifying in 10th place, but 6th on the grid for this one. In 7th place, it will be Zach Falk on row 4 with Killen Meyer alongside, and then back to row 5 is going to be the likes of Tom Gamble and Jonathan Hoggard to round out the top 10. Then on to row number 6, we'll see the likes of Dzina Slavinsky and Jack McCarthy, championship leader, coming here to Italy for round 2. He's got work to do in his first heat of the day. Next up on row number 7 is going to be Ollie Caldwell, and Enzo Valente lines up there, the Frenchman in 14th place. Back on row number 8 is going to be Tamar Kimansachi and Nicholas Scholl to line up alongside. Back on row 9 is Kenzo Arts and Titus Shanghai Schmidi on row number 9. Back to row 10 is Laurie Lepper and Andreas Essner. Row 11 sees Louis Henkefend. He's going to be one to watch out for, should carry some speed through from 21st on the grid. And David Remy, the Swede racer, starts 22nd. And right at the back, after not starting qualifying yesterday, it's going to be Dimitris Tsimpras to start 23rd on the grid for this first heat, which is going to be 8 laps in duration. A nice field of karts there, Chris, to watch out for.
Certainly is, and especially when you see them now bunching up, getting themselves in line. Calm down and get the speed about right, just going through the first of the 2 hairpins. So they're currently going through turn number 9, heading their way towards turn 10. Just weaving around, making sure they're going to get as much heat as possible into their tyres. They want to be at optimum level of performance for the kart as they come charging down towards the line. The yellow flag is waving, making sure they're getting themselves in the proper order, behaving. They're waving, slowing them down. And Matt, they're coming through the last corners, ready to take, hopefully, the green lights.
Yep, let's hope so then. Perfect formation. They'll be slowed right down into the final corner. The lights are red and we're about to go racing for the first time today. 8 laps get us underway. Down towards turn 1, as always, a bit of bumping and barging. Axel Charpentier, car number 31, was the man who lost out dramatically there as they work their way in towards turn 2 for the first time. And the man who leads is Dean McDonald in kart number 3. He's got his teammate Finn Keneally, kart number 34, right up behind as they head their way onto the back straight for the first time of asking. And the man who was on the outside of the front row, number 5, Alex Quinn, is already down to 3rd place. So now Alex Quinn is going to try and charge his way back through, and we've got one off at turn 1 as well. So we'll try and work out who that may have been, but we have lost one from the race already as they complete their way round the hairpins for the first time. Another one has lost their way out of turn number 7. But what a great start for Dean McDonald. More barging going on down further towards the front of this field. But look at the lead already for Dean McDonald. He's on his way. He's got a nice, comfortable margin over the man in 2nd place. We'll try and work out it's going to be his teammate still by the looks of it, Finn Keneally, who comes through. In fact, there's been a change because Luke Ibanez is now up into 2nd place as Alex Quinn looks to try and make a move down at turn number 1. But it's not quite going to happen at the minute, Chris.
No, well, it's just incredible to see Dean McDonald performing incredibly. We had a reasonable margin by karting terms in qualifying, and he's really making that count in the race as well. And he's only going to be able to stretch that because everyone's fighting so much from second backwards that he's just able to stretch his legs at the front.
Someone off down there at the right hand onto the back straight at turn number 5, so more people being pushed wide there. There's a move being made at turn number 7 as it looks like our 2nd place man Luke Ibanez has possibly been passed by Alex Quinn. So Alex Quinn up into 2nd place, who's up and down the order like a yo-yo at the minute, but still Dean McDonald's lead is humongous on this first lap, 1.5 seconds, and now everybody in 2nd place is going to have to work together, try and get their way back onto terms with our race leader. Dean McDonald goes through, is 2nd for Alex Quinn, 3rd place for Manuel Salomon. 4th place then is going to be the likes of Luke Ibanez, and there's going to be a move possibly for 3rd place here as the man who sits there in 4th, Luke Ibanez, tries to get his way back past the man ahead of him, Manuel Salomon. There's a great scrap going on just back from that as well, Tom Gamble and Jack McCarthy. What a ride so far from Jack. He's come up from 12th on the grid.
Yeah, that was the one that I just noticed, that he's basically halved his positions there from 12th to 6th. A fabulous performance, and I would hazard a guess he's probably not done there yet.
No, so watch out for Jack. He is the championship leader coming here to round number 2. And again, there's a move trying to be made at turn number 9, down at the hairpin there as for 4th place by the looks of it. So Tom Gamble moving now ahead of Luke Ibanez, and he's got the job done. The blue and white and yellow card, he's up now into 4th place, and he'll try and attack the back of Manuel Sullivan as they come through to complete the next lap of the race. There's 5 laps completed by the looks of it. Oh, in fact, 3 laps completed, 5 to go in this one as they make their way again through turns 2 and 3. Dean McDonald now has a 2-second lead, so it's growing over Alex Quinn in 2nd place. Luke Ibanez still sits there in 3rd, and that move we saw as well from Tom Gamble, it looks like Jack McCarthy has gone with him, so 4th and 5th places have changed. The man who drops down is Luke Ibanez. Yeah,
so Jack McCarthy, I just said that it was impressive he got up to 6th from 12th, but I doubted he was done just yet, and he's up to that 5th. Interestingly, that Alex Quinn in 2nd's managed to make a mini break as well now, so he's not under pressure, but everybody else is going into turn 9. I think we may have had a change there. That may well be Tom Gamble that's moved himself up into 3rd position. Where did Tom Gamble start? He started down on the 5th row, so I think he's in 9th position, whereas I'm pretty sure we're going to find he's got himself up into 3rd, but he can't relax because he's going to be under so much pressure, and it is indeed Tom Gamble up into 3rd position. And in fact, everybody has kind of moved up there. Who lost out there quite significantly, because Alex Charpentier's up to 4th position as well. Jack McCarthy 5th, we've already talked about. Luke Ibanez in 6th, so it's all happening from 3rd backwards.
Yep, after the contact at turn 1 for Axel Charpentier, he's now back inside the top 5, so what a drive for Axel for the time being, but it's 3rd place for Tom Gamble. What a couple of moves he's done there, fantastic for Tom Gamble. He works his way through the right-hander down towards the left-hander then at turn number 8, and this is a great drive for the 3rd place, where another change has just come. Axel Charpentier into 3rd place past Tom Gamble. He tries to defend down towards the next of the hairpins at turn number 10, and this is great racing from these big trainer carts at the minute, and it looks like Axel Charpentier is now to the head of it. So cart number 31 is 3rd, Tom Gamble is 4th, we've got Jack McCarthy up there in 5th place, and of course everybody else will try and get themselves into the top 5 places as they work their way in towards the right-hander at turn number 2, on towards turn number 3. But look at the gap out front, it is now starting to come down between Dean McDonald and Alex Quinn. He's cut a good half a second out of that lead.
Yeah, but I wonder how much of that is Dean McDonald's just managing his pace. We talked about the fact that you can probably look for 3 flying laps out of these tyres and karts on this circuit. Not quite as hot at the moment. Oh, I thought we were going to get another move for 3rd position there. It really is a long train from 3rd backwards, isn't it? I think that, yes, you're right, that Alex Quinn may well be able to close in on Dean McDonald at the front there, but I just wonder how much Dean is just managing this, and he'll be able to turn it back on again if he needs to. But I think we'll find out rather soon.
Yep, Tom Gamble is there at the minute. He's got Jack McCarthy, championship leader, all over his tail for 4th place. They're going to try and work together now down towards turn number 1. And has Jack got the job done? Yes, he has. So Jack McCarthy moves now into what's going to be 4th place. He's got his teammate Axel Charpentier up the road in 3rd place, and those two now are going to separate themselves by the looks of it as Jack McCarthy gets on the power, gets on the money, and tries to catch the top 3. But time is now starting to run out. 2 laps to go, 1.5, and it'll be 1 at the end of this one for Dean McDonald.
That just goes so quick, doesn't it? I mean, it's interesting that something happened just out of our sight that means that Axel Charpentier in cart number 31 is all alone in that 3rd position. That train was from 3rd backwards, and he's managed to shake him off, and he's looking forwards instead of backwards now. Is Alex Quinn still closing? It's possible he is slightly, but with only 1 lap remaining, I think it is fair to say that Dean McDonald has done a great job in managing this lead. Can these top 3 now, on their own, manage it to keep the gaps there? Look at this train coming across the line. We've got a lap of mayhem to come from 4th backwards, I think, yeah?
We certainly have, and I don't think it's no disrespect to Tom Gamble, but he has been the cork in the bottle for a little while there. Although saying that, now he's still right on the tail of Jack McCarthy, so he's trying to keep with Jack as much as possible to hold on to a top 5 position. But Dean McDonald down the back straight for the final time. He leads now Alex Quinn by near enough 1.3 seconds. So on this last lap, Dean McDonald led from the start. He pulled out a gap, and no one really has been able to challenge him, as there's still a titanic battle going on just inside the top 10. We've got about 10 carts all in there, and it involves the likes of Nicolas Scholl, Enzo Valente, Jonathan Hoggard and Finn Keneally as well. There's a few running wide, there's a few losing places, but Dean McDonald is going to be our first winner of the day in juniors. He takes the checker flag here at the Sette Laghi circuit in Italy. 2nd place goes away to Alex Quinn. In the end, just 1.2 seconds back. Axel Charpentier, great drive after the contact at turn 1 to get up into 3rd place. 4th place for Jack McCarthy, and 5th place for Tom Gamble.
Another one that I just noticed is that we had Dimitrios Tsimpris, who didn't even start in qualifying yesterday, so started in 23rd position. I lost where he finished at the moment, but I did see him up to around 12th. I think, judging by what we see on the screen, he may have dropped a couple of positions, but from 23rd, that's really impressive.
Yep, just the results on the screen for everyone watching at home. Enzo Valente was in 8th place, Finn Keneally was in 9th, and Jonathan Hoggard made it into the top 10. Further back, the likes of Louis Henkefend at 14th place. He came home from the back of the grid. Toma Kamasachi was 15th, Luke Ibanez 16th, Laurie Lepper 17th, and of course the rest of the runners. Look at that, Manuel Sullivan, who was right inside the top 3, down in 19th place for KR Sport right towards the end. So a really dramatic start to the day, but no surprise really. The man who was doing very well last year in the championship, Dean McDonald, comes home our first winner of the day in juniors, and there's still plenty more junior action to come here at round 2 of the Rotax Max Euro Challenge.